everyone, welcome to day 19 of 31 days of yoga for mental health. All the colors. I'm Daria, and this practice is a full spectrum experience that will take you all over your mat in a really broad range of poses. Some higher, some lower, more grounded, some more airy and floaty. Really a full experience to feel into all of the different sensations and emotions. All you'll need today is yourself and a space to move, and when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll begin practice today standing at the top of your mat. So however you want to get there, go ahead and just climb to your feet. Bring your toes together to touch and leave just a little sliver of space between your heels, and then bring your palms to meet at your heart and close your eyes or just let your gaze soften. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears and begin with breath. Inhale to fill all the way up. Exhale, let it go. Again, big, full, deep inhale. Exhale, let the breath wash down through your whole body. Feel both of your feet, the soles of your feet, really grounding into the earth. And then let the crown of your head be nice and floaty and tall, elevated. Continue breathing deeply and fully, bringing more depth into the breath and bringing more air into the full body. And allow yourself just to notice how you're feeling today in this moment. And let it just be what it is. However you're arriving to this practice, however you're showing up today is totally fine. Take one more breath right here to get a bit more connected to soles of feet, palms of hands, and maybe the gaze goes more inward. And blink your eyes slowly open and let your palms flicker down beside you. Inhale for Tadasana. Sweep your arms out and up overhead. Let the grounding into your feet really allow you to lift up and expand. And then exhale for a side body stretch. Bring your right hand to your left wrist. Grow your spine super long, and then arc your left fingertips over toward the right. Create more space between each rib along the left side of your body, and maybe shift your hips just super slightly over to the left. You can take your gaze up toward the left elbow as you reach just a little bit further. And then inhale, rise it back up to center and switch the sides. So the left hand will come to the right wrist. Inhale, grow your spine. And exhale, reach it all the way up and over like a big rainbow. Just getting more open. This can be super gentle, super subtle. And maybe the gaze floats up to the ceiling and the hips move just a little over to the right. Try to keep your core connected all the time. Good. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Undo the grip of your hands. And exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Really nice and easy. Inhale for halfway lift. Grow your spine, send weight into your toes, and let your torso be light and hovery right here. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back to high plank and flow. Lower down halfway, elbows into ribcage. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open the front line of your body. Exhale, pull that front line to the back line and lift it up and back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths right here. Inhale. Exhale. Send your palms down and forward. You can walk out your feet as you breathe or take any little adjustments to feel nice and good, nice and open. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump, forward fold. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale and fold. Let the back of your neck relax. Inhale, Tadasana. Press down into toes, pinkies, and heels, and reach the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, side body stretch. Right fingertips come to left wrist and reach all the way up and over toward the right. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. Core is connected. Shoulders are soft away from your ears, even as you grow longer through the right side body. Good. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. In your flow, so always maybe lower down to the knees or go Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or maybe cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog all the way up and back. Get your fingers involved. Spread the surface area of your palms even wider and expand the tissues of your hands down into your mat as you stay for 3 rounds of breath right here. As you exhale, maybe the heels sink a little closer to your mat and your tailbone lifts, reaches up and back more. Last exhale, soften the back of your neck. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump up to the top. Halfway lift to grow the spine. Exhale, fold into yourself. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep out, sweep up overhead. Exhale, side body stretch, right fingertips to left wrist. Really reach up and then over to the side. So with more length, you can grow even more to the side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take it the other way. Left fingertips to right wrist and grow the whole right side of your body. Inhale, rise, fingertips get floaty. Exhale, dive it down all the way. Halfway lift, grow. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Nice. Again, stay for 3 rounds of breath. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink weight back into your heels. Connect your core. Pull from your pubic bone up to your sternum. Really zip up the front line of your body. As your fingertips reach up overhead, allow your toes to be light and floaty up and away from the mat as the inner thighs hug together. One more inhale. Exhale, rise to stand, press into your heels, bring the legs to straight and bring your palms together at your heart. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, send weight into your left foot and sweep your fingertips out and then up overhead as the right knee lifts. Exhale, standing figure 4, cross your right ankle over your left leg and slowly begin to sink your hips back. See if you can let the left toes be nice and floaty here as right toes are flexed, and get open through the outer right hip. Soften the shoulders away from your ears and relax your face. Really just sink. Good. Inhale, rise, one-legged Tadasana. Press really firmly into the sole of your left foot to reach your right knee back up and the fingertips float up overhead. Exhale, bring right leg to straighten and then glide back, arms through cactus. Right foot hovers next to left all the way back to a high lunge, bending into the left knee. And slower than you think you can, step your right toes all the way down, zip up your core, send your hips, your pelvis a little more forward, and reach right, or both sets of fingertips all the way up overhead. Inhale, grow. Exhale, bring both of your palms down to the inside of your left foot and then crawl your left toes out to the wide edges of your mat. And here we'll just take some nice circles to get into the left hip. Send your pelvis forward, around to the right, all the way back and over to the left. Stay with your breath. Stay with relaxing any spaces in the body where you really don't need to be active. And then reverse the direction of the circles. Nice and easy. Find stillness. Lower down to the right knee, turn your left toes slightly to face out and bring your right palm out to the wide edge of your mat. Inhale, reach left fingertips up high, send your hips down and forward, and then exhale, reach around with the left hand to grab for the top of your right foot. Get a nice stretch into the front of your right thigh. As you inhale, draw the tips of your shoulder blades together to puff up through your heart. And as you exhale, soften through the front of your right leg to see if you can melt that right heel in a little closer to your butt. Really deepen the breath. Keep a little bit of buoyancy in the right elbow. Avoid locking it out. And maybe take your gaze up to the ceiling. Good. Undo the grip of your left hand. Sweep the fingertips all the way down and forward as the right toes tuck behind you. Bring the left foot back to the midline of your mat. Come up high onto the ball of your right foot and shift your way into Skandasana, turning to face the long edge of your mat, rolling onto right heel so right toes can lift and sinking down nice and deeply into that left leg. It's okay if your heel's a little elevated. You can also play with maybe not sinking down quite so far. Keep the fingertips down or bring them to blocks. Anything that helps you to feel better and to feel good. Stay right here, or maybe step your left hand out super wide as you reach the right fingertips up high and stay here, or maybe go for a bind. See if you can bring both sets of fingertips back behind you and grow the heart up. Take the gaze up over the right shoulder. Breathe here for one round. Good. And now a big transition. So option to take palms to heart center and just try to use the strength of your legs to move through this, or you can stay with fingertips grounded. Take an exhale to let go of all your air. Inhale. Pull your inner thighs together and rise all the way up. Bend into the right knee and open it up to warrior two. You can adjust the width of your stance and allow yourself a breath to settle here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right fingertips all the way up and back. Move into that space you created at the beginning in the right side body. Just come back to that expansion. And then exhale, cartwheel down, so that the fingertips frame your right foot. Send weight into the right foot, lift left toes up high, and then bend at your left knee. Step your left hand off of your mat in front of your right foot a few inches. And now maybe see if you can grab for the top of your left foot with the right hand right here. If you do make contact, keep a micro bend in the right knee, and then see how much you can fold into yourself as the left knee lifts. So there's a relationship between the drop of the chest, the melting of the heart, and the lifting of the left knee. Really see how much you can expand the space from your left hip point to your left knee, and drop your head, the crown of your head, all the way down to your mat. One more breath. Good. Slowly undo fingers from toes and step your left foot down to connect with your right. So toes are together, heels are a little sliver of space apart, and fold. Inhale for chair pose, sink weight back into your heels and ripple your fingertips all the way up overhead. Stay for a few breaths, connecting the core, squeezing inner thighs together. Lengthening the back of your neck as the shoulders fall away from your ears and letting go of tension from the fingers of the hands. Inhale. Exhale, press into your feet. Rise all the way to stand. Bring your palms together at heart center. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Sweep your arms out and up as you send weight into your right foot and reach left toes up and away from your mat, bending at the knee. Exhale, standing figure four. Bring left ankle to cross over the right leg and slowly melt your hips down and back. This can be a super slow process, so maybe the right knee only bends a little, and that is awesome. Stay with your breath. Stay with the core connected. Create a connection also between the palms of your hands here. Really press them into each other and feel into all of those little pricks of energy moving between the palms as you sink just a bit more. Good. Inhale, really grow roots down through your right foot to lift your left knee back up high and fingertips up, and then straighten the left leg and slowly glide your way back all the way to high lunge. Arms come through cactus, bend into your right knee, and really, 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 really slowly shift your weight so you can step back the left toes and flicker your fingertips up overhead. When you get there, take a big full inhalation. Exhale, release, palms down to the mat, to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot all the way out to the wide edge of your mat. And then move into those circles. One more time. Nice and easy, getting into the right hip, front of the left hip too. And then take it the other way. Check in with the back of your neck. Are you hinging your head up? If so, try to align your neck with the rest of your spine. Good. And then lower down to the left knee, left toes come untucked. Step your left hand all the way out to the wide edge of your mat as you reach right fingertips up high, and then circle it around to see if you can grab for the top of your left foot with your right hand. And if this isn't accessible, stay with the reach. Stay with this intention of getting there. Inhale to open your heart, draw your shoulder blades together and puff it up toward the sky. And then exhale, soften the front of the left quad to kick your left heel in a little bit closer to your glute. And you can really flex the left toes into your right hand to create a bit of tension there, a bit of activation. Take one more breath. Good. Undo the grip. Swim your right arm all the way around and down. Come up onto left toes, left knee lifts, and then shift to face the wide edge of your mat, turning the right toes slightly out, bending into the right knee as the left heel stays down and left toes lift. Skandasana. Again, maybe the fingertips stay down. Maybe they come to your heart as the hips get meltier. Maybe you step right hand all the way out wide as you lift the left fingertips up. And maybe if you want, and only if you want, only if it serves you, go for a bind right here. Interlace the hands, the fingers, and look up. If you did take the bind, go ahead and ungrip. And again, that big transition, we're moving into warrior two, bending into the left knee. So fingertips might come down, however you want to get there. Hug your inner thighs together, bend into the left knee, really open and expand your arms out wide. Anchor down through the knife edge of your right foot, and then melt both hips evenly down. Inhale, reverse warrior, just gliding gently and easily, simply into that space you created at the beginning of class with those side body reaches all the way back. Good. And exhale. All the way down, fingertips to frame left foot, and then launch into the left foot. Send your right palm down in front of you. Kick your right heel into your butt. And maybe stay right here, or you can reach around with the left hand to grab for the top of the right foot and slowly begin to bow inward as your knee lifts higher up into the sky. And maybe you notice one side is a bit different than the other. Try to let go of any preference between the two experiences, whatever you notice. Maybe one's a bit more wobbly and the other feels a bit more stable, but just let it all be pieces of a puzzle so it all fits together. It's all part of an experience. Good. Slowly lower your right foot down next to your left and fold all the way inward. We'll move through this full sequence on each side one more time with a bit more pace, a bit more speed. And as we move, see if you can allow each different kind of movement, all of the variety with these poses, with the ones that are more elevated or more grounded, more balanced, whatever it feels like. Just imagine that they're all like crayons in a box. So maybe there's colors that sort of call out to you more than others, but they're all there as tools for you to use and to dig into and to see a little bit of beauty in each one. Inhale for chair pose. Sink your weight back into your heels. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, come to stand. Draw your palms to meet at your heart. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. The right leg lifts, left leg presses down into the earth. Exhale, standing figure four. Right foot, right ankle crosses over left leg, and melt the hips down as the palms come together at your heart. Inhale to glide your way back up into one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, slowly come through the midline to step your way back to high lunge. Right toes come all the way down and the fingertips rise. Inhale. Exhale, bring palms to the inside of the left foot. Left foot steps out to the wide edge of your mat and take 2 circles in each direction. Maybe if there's any new space or a bit more opening, feel that. Good, and then lower down the right knee, step right foot out wide. Inhale, left fingertips, reach up tall, and then reach around with the left hand to grab for the top of the right foot. Inhale, puff up through your heart. Exhale, hug your right heel in a bit closer to your butt. Unwind, send left fingertips all the way down and forward. Step your left foot more to the midline, come up onto right toes, and then sink toward the long edge of your mat into Skandasana. No bind this time, just right into the transition. So again, whatever you need. Hug your inner thighs together and open up through the arms to grow out and wide. Draw your shoulder blades together to touch. Sink into the right leg. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift all the way up and back, more than you think you can. Good. Exhale all the way around. Fingertips come down. Launch into the right foot. Left leg lifts and then the knee bends. Reach around with the right hand to grab for the top of the left foot and bow inward as the left knee lifts. Emphasize the press down into your big toe and your pinky toe and your heel on the right foot. And let the back of your neck be long and your head drop. Good. Step left toes down next to right and just fold inward for 1 exhale. Let go of all your air. Inhale, chair. Sink back into the heels. Fingertips ripple up overhead. Exhale to stand. Palms come to meet at your heart. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Press down into the right foot so the left leg can lift, left knee. And then exhale, supine or standing figure 4. Cross left ankle outside of right leg and sink and melt. Inhale, reach the fingertips up tall. Relax the face as the left knee lifts. And then glide it back all the way to high lunge. Step left toes down and reach arms up. Big full inhale all the way to the top of the lungs. Imagine them filling up with air. Exhale, sink your palms down to the inside of your right foot. Step right toes out super wide. And then take 2 circles in each direction with the hips. Good. Lower down to left knee. Step left hand out wide. Right fingertips lift up as you inhale and then circle around to grab for the top of the left foot. Really puff up the back of your heart as you inhale, and as you exhale, melt the left heel in toward your left glute without forcing, just being where you are. And slowly unwind. Bring right foot back to the midline of your mat. Come up onto left toes, low lunge, and then roll your way to Skandasana. Sink into the right leg. Palms maybe to your heart at heart center. And then glide it all the way up. Charge into warrior 2 like you're making a big splash out of the water. Inhale, reverse warrior all the way up and back. Exhale, cartwheel it down until the fingertips plant, and then launch into the left foot so the right leg can lift and bend. Plant your right palm and the sole of your left foot down, and then grab for top of your left foot and bow. Steady your breath, steady your gaze on one point, and take 1 more exhale. Good. Step your right foot down next to your left, and actually let your feet be hips distance apart. Fold from your hips, bend your knees so that your chest and your belly can connect with the top of your legs, and just drop. Feel your breath. Each piece of what it feels like to breathe and how it travels through your whole body. Maybe sway your torso side to side to allow the spine to decompress even more. Good. Ground your palms back down to your mat and make your way all the way down to lie on your back, coming down to your knees and then shifting to sit down and lie it all the way down and back. Let the back of your head get nice and heavy into your mat. Bring your left ankle to cross over your right leg for supine figure 4. Pick your right toes up off the mat and grab for what's accessible to you. Maybe behind the right hamstring, or stay connected. Maybe you bring one hand to the sole of your foot and the other out to the left knee. Or maybe you can thread the hands through and interlace them on top of the right shin. That's a bit intense for me, so I'm gonna stay right here and just breathe. See if you notice yourself backing away from any sensations or feelings that have come up. And maybe with the breath, you can slowly sort of wade your way into that space. And maybe it's not super comfortable right away, but explore from a place of curiosity, wanting to learn, wanting to feel more whole, like you can experience all of it. One more breath right here. And then slowly unravel. Bring your left foot down to the mat and cross your right ankle over your left leg. Pick up left toes away from the mat, and then again, find what's accessible to you here on this side. And it will most likely be different, and that is okay. Part of the experience of being able to fully feel everything is to allow ourselves those emotions that aren't always the ones we think of as most pleasant. So you can think of it as different flavors, like sweet and sour and spicy, or different colors, or like highs, lows, lights, darks. It's all just a spectrum. And really, there's a lot that we can learn from experiencing the full spectrum. Stay for one more breath. Good. And then draw your knees into your chest, maybe roll around on the low back, give yourself a little massage in that space. And you can take happy baby, or you can take a nice gentle twist, or just any little final movement to sort of complete your practice, to close the circle. Maybe you even lift your legs up and take shoulder stand. Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. And then bring your knees into your chest when you're ready. Give yourself a really nice big hug with compassion and with love for yourself. Inhale. Exhale, Shavasana. Release, let everything drop. Let the back of your head connect down into the earth. Let the palms face up and the toes fall open, and let everything just relax. Let your breath soften. Let it be almost like clouds. Super easy, just drifting overhead like those wispy kind of clouds. And let the breath permeate all of the spaces in your body where you still feel any holding or any resistance to the let go. Let your low belly and your low back relax simultaneously. And notice maybe how your pelvis, your whole pelvis, just sinks and drops into the mat. And as we continue to drop more into Shavasana, let yourself go internally. Let however You're showing up now, express and be just as it is. Begin to bring depth back to your breath and to connect to that swirling momentum inside of your body. You can let it be all the colors, like rainbows moving through your body in circles or arcs or swirls. And then slowly bring little movements back in to wake up gently, simply. No need to overthink it, just do what you want to do. And then reach your arms back behind you, grow long, really expand, breathe into all the new space. And as you exhale, melt your way onto one side or the other for fetal pose and take a breath. And press into your palms and slowly make your way up to a seat. As you draw your palms together in front of you at your heart, imagine all of the pieces of yourself, all the pieces of your experience and your practice today, just aligning, coming together right in the midline of your body at your heart. Breathe into that connected, cohesive, unified space. And exhale, let something go. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center and bow it gently, sweetly forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today and for connecting to all the colors, all the poses, all the pieces of yourself. Remember, you don't always need to show up to yoga feeling super happy or joyful, and you don't even need to end your practice feeling that way. However you're feeling and however you are showing up is totally fine. If you have any comments or any thoughts, leave them down below, but I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.